This is Kentuckiana's 24-hour news channel, WHAS 11. Live at 6 from the leader in television news, Donna Lacy, Jeff Lifson, and Beth Andrews. This is Kentuckiana's news channel, WHAS 11.
I just came through town and I cried. I mean, it's very upsetting to see all the trees and everything.
These tangled power lines, this pile of bricks, this very messy Mother's Day. Mother Nature storms through several Kentucky counties, waving a wand of destruction, waving goodbye to the peace and quiet of a Sunday morning. Good evening, everyone. I'm Donna Lacy. Thanks for joining us on this Sunday night. We'll catch up with our Jeff Lifson in just a few minutes. He'll join us live from an area of Hardin County dealing with heavy storm damage. But there is no question about it. Mother Nature certainly made her presence felt on this Mother's Day. You may have slept through the night, but there were 4 counties in Kentucky that suffered heavy damage during last night's powerful storms. High winds and heavy rain pounded Meade, Hardin, Bullitt, and Breckinridge counties in Kentucky. Now, we have crews at the scene of all of the heavily damaged areas, and we'll bring you their live reports in just a minute. But first, we want to give you an overview of all the damage this storm caused. And for that, we go up to Sky 11 and our Stephanie Collins, who has been touring the damaged areas all day. And Stephanie, how does it look from that viewpoint?
Donna, from here you can see why people were taking cover in their bathrooms and basements overnight. From here you can see why the governor was called and said there was a disaster. From here you can see why the Red Cross says around 4 in the morning the governor agreed and declared this a disaster area. The storm moved on, and in its path this widespread damage. A sunny morning for Hardin County residents to see what had happened while many slept. Roofs ripped off and trees uprooted. Roots couldn't hold years of growth with tornado winds tugging them. You can see the storm's path as it moved northeast into town. The business district of Vine Grove, out of business for a while. Nothing was spared, not even churches on this Mother's Day morning. From here, the tornado appeared to take an easterly turn. It took more trees and homes in its path, then appeared to just land right on the Hardin Elementary School. The side sucked off. The new school gym, you can see a goalpost dangling where children played. This home now looking like a child's dollhouse. The top lifted off for us to peek inside. Many homes like this one were flattened by trees. Homeowners once in their basements hiding, now on roofs assessing damage. But the scariest pictures, this trailer park in the north end of the county. Someone's home below flipped on its side. While there was nothing to recover from this debris, incredible that everyone survived. Now back live in Sky 11 below, 42 volunteers from the Southern Baptist Disaster Team helping out. Donna, the National Guard, on standby in case they're needed this evening. Some pretty horrific pictures. That's Stephanie Collins live in Sky 11. We'll talk with her a little later. Now for a look at the storm that caused all that damage, our Beth Andrews joins us now. And Beth, a lot of folks want to know, was it a tornado that caused some of the damage this morning?
Well, Donna, that's certainly a very real possibility. Also, though, about the same time, at about 2:30 this morning, a little after that, Fort Knox reported having 90-mile-an-hour wind gusts. That is also capable of producing damage, although the National Weather Service went out and toured the area and said that it's very possible there was also a small tornado that caused some of that damage that you just saw. Now, this is what the radar looked like at about 4:30 this morning, and it's a good picture because it can show you the 2 different lines that formed during this storm. Now, this is the first line that came through. This is the line that caused the tornado in Hardin County, caused the very high wind gusts, and caused most of the damage that we saw was this first line. The second line that formed caused a lot of hail damage in southern Indiana, as well as some high winds and heavy rains along with that as well. But this first line was the big one, and that moved through at about 2:30 through the Hardin area this morning. Now let's go ahead and take a quick peek at the current radar, a much better picture for us, but we're still not completely in the clear. We do have these storms down to the south, so southwestern Kentucky is under a severe thunderstorm watch, right, not in our viewing area, but in the very far southwestern part, and still a chance for some thunderstorms tonight. We'll talk more about that in a few minutes. Donna?
All right, Beth. Jeff Lifson is live in Vine Grove tonight. That's in Hardin County, one of the areas hardest hit. And Jeff, I've seen some of the pictures from that area, and they are incredible.
Go. Yeah, the pictures are incredible, Donna, and the situation is pretty amazing, too, and continuing to develop. One good example is this house behind me. Earlier today, we showed you this morning that the tree was through the roof. Now the roof has collapsed. It happened sometime this afternoon. The other incredible thing is that people have come out to help people in Vine Grove, where we are right now. See some folks over there helping take care of this chimney that went through the roof here, and also just sort of giving moral support to the whole thing. That's the incredible thing. This is sort of Mother's Day, yes, I guess so, suppose, and this hasn't been necessarily the mother of all storms, but it's been a doozy for the folks here in Vine Grove. The one person who's been here throughout the day and probably can talk to me about it better than most is Lisa Kiava. She's been here really since the early morning hours and can talk about, well, what these folks have been through for most of the day.
They've been through a lot. It's been very emotional for many people, Jeff. The damage is scattered throughout Vine Grove, but it just so happens that the corner where we're standing right here seems to have taken the brunt of the storm. Good example of that, check out this recreational vehicle. Looks a little bit like a beached whale. The wind just blew it on its side, and that's where it's going to remain. Of course, most people are most worried about their homes right now. The fire chief from Vine Grove tells me about 200 homes were damaged in last night's storm. 5 of those homes were so severely damaged they may have to be leveled. It's damage that could take many months to repair. Vine Grove is torn and it is twisted. Some of it is missing.
Your knees just shake. You're just bewildered.
It kind of skipped and bounced, and it was erratic.
That's why in some places the storm picked up big things and threw them where they shouldn't be, but nearby decided to leave small things in place.
I heard the porch fly up, glass was shattering and breaking. This tree, part of the tree hit the door there, the glass came over where I was crawling to get to the basement.
Homeowners awoke to an early morning nightmare. A tree toppled onto a rooftop here. Another huge oak buried a car over there. In downtown Vine Grove, business owners added up the damage. The drugstore is packing up.
Basically, we're out of business right now until we can get everything set back up again.
And everywhere you look, there are cars crowding this tiny town.
People that like to see devastation of things and to look at what goes on when a tornado comes through a small town.
There is plenty to see. The storm peeled away the roof at the Christian church, and nearby the roof at the middle school has the same problem. Power lines are blocking sidewalks. Doors are blown from their hinges.
You okay?
No, it doesn't look like I'm okay. We just got hit by a tornado. Does it look like I'm okay?
Back here live in Vine Grove, now that young lady has good reason to be upset. Her mobile home was destroyed in Radcliffe, and she'll be staying with relatives here in Vine Grove now. Many people displaced by the storm tell us they'll be staying with friends or family, or in some cases they'll be staying at motels. Jeff?
Thanks so much, Lisa. We appreciate all your work, your hard work today. Now, with all the high winds and the damage from the storm, came dozens, actually hundreds of power outages. We have some information for you, the latest information that we can gather on those power outages. Here in Hardin County, at least, at last check, 300 people are still without power because of last night's storm. In Nelson County, our latest information is that 600 homes are out, 300 in Bullitt County, and a few in Spencer. And as far as the roads go, US 60, which was closed at one time, is now open. But in Meade County, Thompson Lane and highways 1238 and 144 in some parts are closed around the Garrett area. In Hardin County, 144, just actually west of town, maybe still closed. That was the last we saw, last we checked. That was what was happening there. This morning's high wind also left behind a trail of damage in Meade County. The damage and destruction is scattered throughout the area, and our Ann Jewell is standing by live to tell us what that county's been going through today. Ann?
Well, Jeff, we are on Highway 60 here in Meade County. This muffler shot behind me, you can see what happened here, along with businesses like this. About 90 homes destroyed or damaged in Meade County. No reports of serious injuries, though, and Meade County plans to pull through this.